today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 items that I can't live without in my freelance kit. I'm sure there's many more, but I tried to just pick 10 items that I feel like I always reach for. So these are definitely things that I'm always using. Maybe eventually I'll do another video like this where I share even more, but these are 10 items that I feel like I use on anyone and everyone. So yeah, if you want to see some items that I can't live without in my freelance kit, then keep on watching. So item number 1 is my Embryolose Le Crème Concentré. I don't know. Is my Embryolose cream. I love this stuff. I've been using this since I started freelancing. I forget who I saw like recommended it, but it was someone on YouTube, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I've been using it ever since. There was like a 6 month period where I wasn't using this, and I really missed it. So I brought it back, and I've been using it ever since. So what I love about this is it really moisturizes the skin, but it also primes. So it's like a primer and moisturizer in one. It like smooths out the skin. It adds moisture to any dry areas, and I don't want to say it fills in pores or anything like that, but it definitely smooths out the skin. So I feel like this sits so nicely under foundation. And yeah, so I think it's for all skin types, and I love this stuff. Another thing, of course, is my Graftobian HD Cream Foundation. I've mentioned this a million times. This is in the one Warm 2 palettes. I have other ones, but I have other palettes, but I just picked the first one. I just picked a random one to show in the video. This is a cream foundation, so it comes in like this. It comes like this, and you scoop some out onto a palette, which is going to be my next product. And so you just scoop some out onto a palette. If you want to add a foundation thinner, you can, to make sure that it applies easier to the skin, because this is a pretty thick cream. So foundation thinners or face oil works well with this. But what I love about this, even though a lot of times, I'll be honest, I don't use this all over somebody's face, but I like to mix it in lately with a lot of like liquid foundations, because it adds more coverage. Adding this to any foundation, I feel like kind of adds more coverage to it, because this is so high in pigment. A little bit of this goes a very long way. And like last night, I was doing somebody's makeup, and I was using, she actually had me use her foundation because it was like all natural and stuff like that, and she doesn't like putting certain things on her skin, so I use her foundation. But I mixed in a little bit of this because I felt like the foundation needed more coverage, and it looked beautiful. So I can't live without this. And it's also great for highlighting, contouring. It's just a very universal product. Also great for carving out the brows and all of that. I love this product. So next thing, since I pretty much just mentioned a palette, I might as well just mention it now. So the next thing is my palette and spatula. I can't live without this stuff. I use this all the time. Yes, you can work off the back of your hand if your client is comfortable with that. Make sure you tell them that you wash your hands and put on hand sanitizer in front of them so they know your hands are clean. But I just love this. I use this for everything. I put everything on here. Eye primer, concealer, lip gloss, foundation, like everything goes on here, and I just pick it up with the spatula. And I just feel like every makeup artist uses these all the time, so I just feel like this is a staple. Another thing I cannot live without is my, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're on our 4th item. Another thing I can't live without is my lash applicator. I do have long nails, so I can't apply lashes with my nails. So this comes in handy. Even if I didn't have nails, I feel like this would come in handy. And it just makes it so easy to apply somebody's lash. So it looks like this. You just pick up the lash and you literally just pop it on the eye. And then if you want, you can squeeze together their natural lash and the fake lash. It just makes applying lashes so much easier. Yeah, on to the 5th item. This is a brush that I can't live without. And it's not this brush specifically, but it's brushes like these. When it comes to blending brushes and face brushes, I switch those out all the time. I use different blending brushes, different face brushes. You know, I like to switch it up. But I always use a brush like this when it comes to doing someone's makeup. It's basically like a little synthetic dome brush, and I always apply my eye base with this because a lot of times when you're doing someone else's makeup, it's really hard to get the primer in that inner corner area or to get concealer in that inner corner area. So this really helps just kind of buff it out and blend it in, and it's small enough to get into the corner of the eye. This is also awesome if you find that they're creasing a little bit underneath the eye. You can blend this out and then set with powder. Like, it's just a universal brush, but I find it works so well getting in that inner corner of the eye because I feel like that's an area that's kind of hard to get when you're doing someone else's makeup. Even on your own face, it's kind of hard. So a brush like this, I always use a brush like this. So here are some lashes that I can't live without. And I know they look pretty basic, but honestly, I use these ones all the time. They're by Salon Perfect, and they're in the style 5'3". You can see it right there. And they're just very natural lashes. They kind of get longer on the ends, but what I like about these is I don't have to cut the width of these. A lot of lashes come super long, so you have to keep trimming them and measure them to the eye and all that, but these are really short in width, so I find I rarely have to cut these, so it just makes the process of applying lashes that much easier. And a lot of my clients don't like dramatic lashes, so these look perfect. They add just enough drama. I mean, for me, I wouldn't personally wear these just because they're not dramatic enough for me, but on my clients, a lot of them like them. And like I said, I don't have to trim them, so it makes it very easy when I'm doing a bridal party to get a pack of these and to not have to trim them and just be able to pop them right on the eye. It takes, you know, way less time than trimming and all that, so I really like these. I get them at Walmart. The next product I can't live without is Inglot's Duraline. This is great for refreshing brow pomades, gel liners, or anything like that. Even if my gel liner isn't that dry, I will still apply this. So what I do is I take some of the gel liner out of the pot, apply it on my spatula, apply it on my palette here, and I mix in a little bit of this, like a drop of this, and it just makes it almost into like a liquid liner, and it's just easier to apply. It's not going to tug in the eye, and I just find this comes in handy a lot. And like I said, you can use it to refresh brow pomades, any like cream kind of products for the eye. This is meant to be mixed with pigments to create any kind of liquid liner, so that's also nice to use it for that as well, but I mostly use it for my gel liners. The next item, of course, is a beauty sponge. I used to be a brush girl. I always used to use brushes, but I've discovered over the years that using beauty sponges, this isn't a beauty blender even though it looks like one, it is just a beauty sponge. I cannot remember the brand. If I'm sure I can find it. This is actually sent to me from like a skincare brand, so I will link it down below because I actually really like this sponge a lot. Some of the knockoff beauty blenders aren't that good, but this one's really good. And there's another one that I will link down below. I get it off of Amazon. It's by a brand called Aesthetica, I think, and it's a black beauty sponge, and it works so nicely. But using this just really applies foundation so much better on, especially when I'm doing someone else's makeup. I just feel like it gives a flawless finish. It doesn't make the foundation look cakey or anything because this is damp, so I feel like it soaks up any extra product. It's so easy to apply concealer with this, and I just honestly cannot do makeup without this. Like, cannot. If I forgot my beauty sponge, I don't know what I would do because I can't, like, I just feel like nothing compares to this. So definitely need a beauty sponge. The next thing is my RCMA translucent setting powder. I love this stuff. I've used many powders before, but I feel like this is the best one so far because it's so finely milled. I feel like it just really sits on the skin so nicely. It's not chunky or anything like that. It's just so fine. So it looks awesome on the skin. Also, you get no flashback with this, or at least I've never had that problem. And it's just great because it works for every skin tone. So I don't need to have a powder for every skin. Like, I feel like this is the perfect finishing powder for all skin, and it looks really nice on the skin. So, and it's really inexpensive. I think this is like $13 and you get a lot of products. The only thing I hate is the packaging. Like, it looks like a salt shaker or something, and it's just not good packaging. So what I always do is I just take some out and pour it on here and then work from here rather than working from the bottle. But yeah. Okay, so the last item is my NYX butter glosses. I use these all the time, and I know they're drugstore brands, but I really love them. And what I like about them is if people wanted to go out, like brides that I do trials on wanted to go out and buy these, they're not going to be spending a ton of money. You know, they're really inexpensive, and a lot of times, a lot of my clients already use these and will say like, oh my god, is this tiramisu? Like, I love that color. And they already have it, so they can touch up with it. I just love these because they're nice if someone's just looking for just like a very natural glossy lip. They have a little bit of color, so they will add a little bit of something to the lips, but not be like super opaque and super overpowering. And they also layer really nicely over lipsticks, and I feel like they just have a lot of nice nude shades. Like, this one is called Fortune Cookie, and this is a great nude shade for someone that's a little bit paler. This is also a great nude shade, Madeline, for someone of a deeper complexion, or someone wants of a lighter complexion, wants like a brownie kind of nude, then this is a great color. This is another one of my favorite, Tiramisu. It's like a pinky nude. So I just feel like they work for everyone, and every time I use them, everyone's always like, oh my god, I love that lip gloss. So I personally love them, and I use them all the time in my kit. And if I run out, I'm not going to break the bank by buying a few of these because they're so inexpensive. So yeah, I really love those. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that was 10 products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. I just thought it would be cool to share with you guys some of my favorite products that I can't live without when I freelance. And yeah, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe, and keep a lookout for more videos.